Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast.
Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that already?
No, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses, ran into you guys, and that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. I am your host, Dan Powers, on the sticks, the Irish wonder, Sean Buff Baby.
That was nice.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And then to my left, the guy you're hearing right now, he's in his 30s, but during the holiday season, he wears a Santa hat and Grinch pajama pants almost every single day. Chris Powers.
Because they keep me warm, as always.
Have you thought about upgrading?
No.
Why not?
Because why would I?
Because you look dumb. You look
Or
like a child.
cool and childlike.
Childlike wonder.
Childlike wonder.
Not the negative connotation of Peter Pan, the positive whimsy of
Positive
Peter
whimsy of Peter's.
You know what I'd
outlook on
like
life.
from you?
What's that?
To keep the Grinch pants, but put a little more effort into matching, and maybe ditch the Santa hat. How about we get you a cap, like a nightcap?
That's great. You want to talk old, dude?
Yeah, you should lean into a 1950s Christmas character.
I have that posture.
Yeah, you do. You're a broken bent man.
Yep. The bent.
Sean, do you know this about Chris's back?
No.
He's got scoliosis so bad, and I want you to start trying to pay attention to it. If you're ever walking behind him and he's walking, you'll see
Scary.
that he weirdly swings. Like our friends in the hockey world are, as we've been on the road together, like, what's going on with him? And
Like
I'm
a
like,
Saturday Night Fever thing?
it's
the only way I can
100%.
walk.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. That's
the
a
only way I
perfect
can
description.
walk.
It's insane. You're broken.
What was that lady's name in Hill House?
The bent lady, bent neck lady.
Bent neck lady.
Yeah. That's you.
That's me.
Bent neck CP. We've got a big episode, lots to talk about. We're ripping through the hot ice as usual. So let's dip right into it. I want to talk about two plays real quick. Two
Yep.
plays that you flagged.
Yes, sir.
First one,
sir.
you got a lot of text about a little scrap.
Little scrap by the Stank Man. You know I love the Stank Man. I always have, always will.
Correct. He's a friend of the program.
And this is the first time that the Stank Man had a little stank.
Dude, he got in a fight.
Had a little stank, dropped the gloves. Here's what I love. You saw it, I assume? Do you see the whole
I did see it. Yeah.
So Freddie goes behind. Freddie tries to play the puck again.
Yeah.
I think Dowd actually hits Freddie.
Yeah.
And then there's a shoving match. And it's one of those, like, I'm shoving you because I'm pushing you, hit my goalie,
Yeah.
but I don't want to fight. I just want you to go.
Like, hey, man,
Don't
back
do
off.
that. And I want everyone to go, he did something.
Yeah.
I forget who was the first into the fray for the Canes there. But then Freddie comes in.
Throwing block.
And I'm like, okay. And then it goes. And then Faravari is kind of bullying Jackson Blake, who's also
Small guy.
I love Jackson Blake.
Yeah.
We need to protect Jackson Blake.
And our goalies. There's a lot of
Dude, protect our goalies, protect Jackson
There are a
Blake.
lot of people who need protection in this scenario for you personally.
Protect our coaches. Protect Rod.
What?
No, Rod is the one coach that doesn't need protection. Every other one we do need to protect.
Yeah.
And then, dude, Stank comes flying in. I forgot to write down Faravari's height. I think he's like 6'2", though.
Yeah.
Stank 5'8", throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
And, dude, he comes out bleeding everywhere. And my favorite part is he goes like this. And I don't think he was trying to do anything crazy, but he goes,
Oh, yeah.
because his hair was everywhere, and he literally takes like blood and just like Django Unchained.
Oh, yeah. He went Leo. He went full Leo.
I was like, oh,
Kerry Washington on himself.
And the bench always fired up after a fight, but holy shit, everyone was over the side. Fucking Stank, man, you dog. And I gotta tell you, the Canes were down 1-0 when it happened. Immediate 4-1 dummying.
Boom.
I really thought that was going to turn the tide.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that he doesn't get to say, dude, I fought, and then we won 10-1.
Yeah.
But don't let anyone take that from you, Stank. Incredible fight. And I always knew he had that scrap. And in postgame, he was like, I kind of liked it. So I was his first. Guarantee it won't be his last. And Stank, sick taps from us, buddy. Hell of a fight.
You really love to see it. Here's a question. Is there anyone in the league who has never been in a fight?
For sure.
Who has had like a long career?
I wonder if that's Googleable. But if you wanted to make me guess, I would say like I'm about to be a sizist now, but I was gonna say like
has Matt Grzelcyk ever been in a fight?
A defenseman is a chance, I would say. Probably not, but like maybe. But like, did Cam Atkinson get in a fight?
I bet. He's scrappy.
He is scrappy. Yeah,
not that Grizz isn't scrappy.
The small guys are scrappy.
Grzelcyk is playing so well, by the way.
I know.
Just like
I'm fucking fired up for him.
It's unbelievable.
We'll find that out.
Yeah,
I'll find that out about
that
fights.
up.
But Stank is no longer on that list because he stood up for his boys. He protected our goalies and he protected Jackson Blake. And I did want to say, Freddie that was kind of his fault. He misplayed it. He went back for it, and I'm like, dude, you are out of the net, sir, and you're trying to play a puck. And Dowd, I don't think hit you with any malice in his heart. And then it also wasn't even that big of a fight. Like I actually think Freddie should answer for a lot of that.
So speaking of Freddie, speaking of fights, Trent Frederick got in a big fight in the Oilers game against the Blue Jackets, which led to another sick play that we want to talk about.
Yes.
But I do want to give stick taps to Trent Frederick for getting the fire under the boys' ass.
Thank you, Freddie.
Because the Oilers were losing 4-1.
3-1 at the time.
Were they down 4-1 at one point?
No, because it was McDavid 3-2, 4-2, McDavid 4-3. He got both. He brought him back twice.
Losing 3-1, Freddie gets in a big fight. McDavid then scores just a putrid spinorama backhand top cheddar goal. Classic Patrick Kane.
Yes. What I loved about the goal is McDavid is so fast, and we've seen him beat defensemen with these like hezzy go moves that they fall down. They look like children playing with him.
Yeah.
And this one was he'd been out there for a long time. This is the very end of his shift. So he picks it up, but it's one of those you want to just dump it, but you kind of have a 2-on-2. So he's like, well,
I guess
I should just go. But even that move, it was because he was tired. Like he went and he's like, I'll just cut this way. I'll cut back to the middle. I'll stop and spin because I just gotta I can't beat this guy wide.
Yeah.
And it couldn't have drawn it up better, dude. And I will say, dude, after the comments he made, and we brought it up, he was yelling at Bush and he's saying, we need to fucking try harder. And then I remember looking up and going, because he hadn't scored yet, and it was 3-1 Blue Jackets, and I was like, they're dead.
Yeah.
He's leaving. He's going to leave before the Olympics.
Yeah.
If this is the energy they're going to give the night after he gives that speech. And that statement by going, not only will I score twice to pull us back to a goal, keep us in the game, let us get the OT win, but I will also do that, was just vintage.
So we're not going to spend any time talking about the Oilers. We did that last episode.
Yep.
But everything you just said, this guy, you know what I'm going to liken this to? Remember when Jimmy Butler was on the Bulls and he was motherfucking the entire team and organization, and then he challenged every player on the team at practice and fucking dunked on everyone?
He played with the backups.
And he was like, you guys suck. This feels honest to God what McDavid is doing. It feels like that.
I know, dude.
He's looking at this team going, what is it going to take for you plugs to start playing?
Help me,
so
help
he puts the team on his back, truly, and gets them this win. And I do also want to say, it's like he scored that goal, that highlight reel goal, and he kind of just turned around. He was like, come on.
Because they're losing still. He's like, let's go,
Let's
dude.
go.
I'm like,
and then after the game, I love how he said, he goes, I mean, we're never out. We're never out of these games. That's kind of been our thing for a long time, and that's true. But I'm like,
that's their whole
season. I'm like, it's because of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he seems a little fed up. And I also will say, before we move on, Columbus Blue Jackets, you cannot lose that game.
Correct.
Like that, the Oilers were shorthanded when they tied that game with less than a minute left.
Yeah.
You cannot lose that game.
And they are in a tough spot, the Blue Jackets. They're in this weird spot where it's like you can feel your season hanging in the balance. A lot of teams. I mean, frankly, God, it's very close it's closer in the East. But still, these are dangerous times, my friend.
It's very dangerous. Moving to the West, and a team that what, dude? What? You're going to ruin the flow?
Did you think he should have fallen?
Oh, the defenseman?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't fall.
People texted me like, greatest move ever, and I'm like, he tripped.
Oh, I mean, listen, McDavid's movement makes him trip on himself.
For sure.
So I'm like, I'll give McDavid credit, but I don't think it was a true ankle break. I think it was like he clipped himself a little bit, but dude, you fell.
You fell. You can't fall. You cannot be falling. You cannot be falling.
Cannot be falling.
Okay, go on.
To a team that we kind of PP whacked a little while ago. I said that they were dangerously close to being on fraud watch about 6 or 7 games ago. Mm-hmm. They then won that game I was talking about, which you're welcome. The Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars, a team that we've been like, what are you doing?
Yep.
And remember last year when we got frustrated with the Stars? They're a frustrating group.
Dude, they've lost like 10 games to end last season. I think it was literally they lost 6 straight to end last season.
For being one of the top teams in the league, God, Stars fans, I love you guys. Can't wait to come down to the hangar. But you guys must be pulling your hair out all the time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's something like 10 points of their last 11 possible. The team's on fire, and they're right behind the Avs, second in the cinch.
Yep. I would say, and second is second. They're 3 points clear of the Jets. They're 4 back of the Avs, so they're not up their ass, but 7-1-2 in their last 10. So they have righted the ship. Rantanen has been incredible. So, you are happy about that. Wyatt Johnson's pumping in goals. You're happy about that. Miro looks great.
Miro looks good.
Robo's producing. He's not scoring the way.
I don't give a
shout
fuck.
out
He's
to
got
Murs.
17 points in 17 games.
Agree,
this is
but
him. He's an 82 to 100 point guy.
Well, is he an 82 guy?
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying.
Regularly.
Because I would say JD, and obviously long listeners remember that whole saga between JD and us and Robo, but JD's take was kind of, it wasn't that he was going to stop producing points. It was that he's not the goal scorer that you all think, because that year he had, 40, right?
I think so.
He was saying a lot of those he got some nice bounces that year. I mean, God, he had 42 in a row and 35 last year. But my point being, he's got 4 goals this year.
Yeah.
So I think if you're a Dallas stan and a Robo stan, you're going, fuck, he should have 8.
I hear you.
Not that this kind of is the issue where I was headed, though. My only knock on the Stars in this great run is a bit what we beat the Oilers for 2 episodes ago. Mikko Rantanen, -6. Wyatt Johnson, -5. Miro Heiskanen, -3. Roope Hintz, -3. Thomas Harley, -8. I'm like, these are your best players getting dummied 5-on-5. And Dallas themselves, 52 goals for, 53 against, -1. You look at the Avs, +25, Stars -1, Jets +10, Ducks +14. Like, all the good teams have a very positive double-digit goal differential, and the Stars are -1.
They give up too many goals.
I'm like, and you want to talk about my boy, who I said would win the Vezina this year?
I sure do.
289 goals against, 896 save percentage.
So, is there a chance that the Dallas Stars have a leaky problem
right now? I still don't think they are. I don't think he's leaky. I don't think it's an issue. But right now, if Stars fans are going, how do you like us now? I'll go, you're a little leaky still.
Yeah, like Moose is a -6, Wyatt's a -5, Miro's a -3, Roope a -3, Harley a -8.
That's what I just said. I just read
I'm just reiterating. I'm just saying, like, what are you guys doing?
Like, those are your
Why
best
are you
guys.
letting in so many goals?
Dude, this is actually crazy, Dan.
Why are they doing that? and it goes to show that this is a wild league, because at the end of the day, they're doing well. And Otter, you read his stats. Otter's 7-3-2. Like,
they only have 4 dudes who aren't a dash on their roster.
Yeah, they're leaky, dude. They're a leaking ship. They're the Edmund Fitzgerald. What happened to that ship?
Is that the whole name of the ship? Come on,
look
Sean.
up the Edmund Fitzgerald for me. It's a ship. Pretty sure that it did something cool, but did it sink?
Titanic. Why didn't you go Titanic?
Because the Titanic wasn't leaky, I think.
Titanic was...
There's a chance that the Edmund Fitzgerald is just sick. Okay. An American freighter that sank in Lake Superior during a storm on November 10th, 1975. Loss
leaky.
of all 29 crew members. Damn. So Edmund Fitzgerald's leaky. Isn't there a song about the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Maybe.
That, you know, when you just ran.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sean is all over it right now. Gordon Lightfoot, wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah. What happened to my brain just
That's crazy.
How did I just pull the Edmund Fitzgerald out of the clouds?
Never heard of that in my life.
I'm so glad it sank. Could you imagine if the Edmund Fitzgerald was like Old Ironsides and I just called it leaky? We need the Dallas Stars to be more like
Old Ironsides,
less like the Edmund Fitzgerald.
But right now, I would say they were Fitzgerald.
And you know what's crazy? I do want to say, because I know Stars fans are going to yell at us in a loving way, they are without Dutchie, without Jamie Benn, without Nils Lundqvist. So they've been doing really well with some key, especially Dutchie and the production he's been having.
Yep.
I do want to say, you feel pretty sick if you're a team like the Dallas Stars and you've got a goalie like Jake Ottinger and you're like, we are not playing well defensively and our star goalie is not playing as well as he can and we're still doing this good.
This is what I mean about Dallas all the time. I say this about them all the time. This is the greatest roster in the league.
Can you imagine if they eventually let it click? Have we ever seen them let it click?
Only for stretches and never in playoffs.
Also, can you do me a favor?
No.
Spin that hat around because it's so sick and I want the fans to be able to see it. And you look great in it.
Just a lot of shadows.
It is okay. Now they've seen it. You can turn it back around.
I'll keep going back and forth.
Cool. Okay, sweet. So Stars are buzzing. They deserve a little double wrister, but patch it up,
dude. I had the thing that we're about to talk about.
Yeah,
as I was looking up the ranking of that all the time. Actually, just say it so then I can tell the stat without having to try to hide it.
Say what?
Go to our next topic.
The next topic is a team that is streaking.
Yep.
And they're going down from the quad down to the gymnasium.
Yep. And there was actually, while we were putting this together last night, there were 2 active 7-game win streaks. Mm-hmm. The Bruins, because they had already won, and the Ducks, but they were playing. So I was like, this is either going to be 8-game win streak or this over. Yeah. And they did lose. But it was 1-1.
Played really well, though.
It was 1-1. Carlson tied it up. He's a machine.
The Avs are a buzzsaw.
The Avs are Malibu jelly.
They are
only Malibu jelly. So I wanted to ask you questions about the Bruins and the Ducks, but even before that, quick Avs tangent. I see Carlson go 1-1, and then the Avs score again as I was doing some of the outline stuff, and I refresh.
Yeah.
And it's like Landy. And I was like, oh, nice. And then it said Uno.
Yeah, first goal.
And I was like, oh, Landy hasn't scored yet?
Yeah.
Like even Johnny Tays has 3.
Yeah. Hey, relax. Dude.
Tays is 25 again.
Yeah, he's 25.
But Landy's got 25 again. Landy hasn't played in 10 years.
No. Yeah. Landy didn't go get his mind right. Landy's not all jacked up on Mountain Dew and ayahuasca.
Landy has actually dark thoughts. He's like, this could go away at any moment.
Landy is Shadow from Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
He came home, but he's
old.
He's old, dude. He's actually not old.
That's what sucks.
He's got old knees.
So this is what rattled me, Dan, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
He had 4 goals. He's playing. 16 games.
Sure.
He had 4 assists. Now he has 1 goal and 4 assists.
Yeah.
And I think I had Hollywoodified this season for him.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we all did. Because he looked relevant in the playoffs. Playoffs, which is way harder than what he's doing now.
I got to take.
So disappointed, or are you just like, listen, dude, he's 30 going on 80 and this is his life and I'm sorry this happened to him, but he is not a relevant player anymore because this is not relevant?
I think 2 things. 3. Number 1, how dare you? Number 2, I think the reason the Avs are a buzzsaw is because he's back in the room. He could have 0 points and he is relevant because clearly what his presence does for this group and this team, and particularly Nate, makes them a Stanley Cup winning team. When was the last time Landy played on this team for a full season?
When they won the Cup.
They won the Cup. I don't care if he is a -50 and has 0 points. His existence with this group is what makes them a great buzzsaw. And also, my third point, I think he's saving it. I think he knows exactly what he needs to do for this team. He's doing it. If he gets a goal here and there, great.
Yeah, bonus.
But the second they get to the dog days of the season and then the playoffs, he's going to turn it on. He knows what's going on with his knee. That thing is held together with Elmer's glue, scotch tape, and toothpicks. Yep. And he's going like this. You think I'm going to risk that early in the season? We're in first place. He's a smart man, dude. He's a Swedish god. And he is saving it.
Your first point is the correct one because Nate no longer has to speak. I think in the past, Nate, they've been like things will happen in the locker room and everyone goes, look at Nate. He's like, what?
I didn't even think of that. I honestly, I think it's more, Chris. Shit happens. They come in the locker room and Nate, like everyone comes in and they go, here we fucking go. Yeah. And Nate just starts going crazy. And now Nate comes in and takes a deep breath and Landy goes, shut up.
Stop.
And he's like, you're right. And then he saves
Landy hands out candy to everybody.
Yes.
He goes, eat it. Be happy.
Everyone's good.
Eat some Skittles.
This is incredible.
So that's what's happening. You think Nate gets 5 points on fucking Sunday if Landy's gone?
He's exhausted himself from screaming.
Yep. You're so right. Okay, Dan, Ducks previously streaking, Bruins streaking. Who finishes? And right now, dude, they are literally, the Ducks are first in the Pacific with 23 points, and the Bruins are second in the Atlantic with 22 points, tied with the Habs, more games, but same amount of points as the Habs.
Absolutely.
Who finishes with more regular season points, Ducks or Bruins?
I believe the Ducks will. But I listen, we've stroked off the Ducks a lot this season. Some people calling us a California podcast.
Yeah.
Which is true. We are literally in California.
I live here.
So you're right, I guess. We got to talk about the Bruins. We have not talked about the Bruins all year.
I know. After being accused of being a Boston podcast.
True. It's all cyclical.
Yeah, correct.
The Bruins are in... Okay, ready?
Yep.
In our previews, I was like, they're going to miss playoffs, but everything's going to go positive. Mm-hmm. I thought there's a really positive vibes with this group. And that maintains the correct.
That's the truth.
How, good God, how vibey is this team? I think so far, 18 games in, Don Sweeney deserves a massive, I don't want to say apology, but like the leash is getting longer.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
After certain moves, like people loved some of the early moves in the offseason, then didn't love some of the later moves in the offseason. But like things just look really, really strong. And Marco Sturm,
yep,
new coach bump for sure. But also there have been some cool videos of him getting fired up in the locker room. The boys really responding. We've talked about Zadorov, and he's got a number of plays now, like with his little scrap mix up with Max Domi, which we'll get to, his situation with Schaefer, then his hit on Matthews, blah blah blah. But like the leadership role that he is so clearly taken, he is embracing the Z.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like, "Don't call me Z." Like, yeah, I'm not Big Z, but I'm like, you.
Yeah, well, you are.
But man, Pasta doing his thing yet again. Scored 400, which we'll get to. I know you have thoughts on that, but I really want to say when Morgan Geekie signed, and I was like, I think Morgan Geekie is a perennial 30 to 40 goal scorer. He's got 11 and 18.
Yeah, no, he has been everything you've asked for. He didn't even take that much money, and I thought there was no universe where he touched that from Marco last year, and you did. And so far, it looks great.
And so one of the best contracts in the NHL.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But like, dude, Zaka looks great. Charlie McAvoy is just like, God, I love him.
Yep.
And he's playing so well.
I want him to score a goal so bad, though.
I know, but I don't care. Like,
no, it doesn't matter.
14 assists in 17 games. Lorai's offensive game looks great. He's a +2 now. So many people talking about his defensive play, but he's a +2. You know, he's playing well. And then just like Mikey Isamont, man.
Dude.
Some of the, like Victor Arvidsson's looking great. Jeannot's looking great. Kostelik's doing his thing. And I do just want to quickly stroke off Fraser Minton. I loved that trade. I loved that return. It's always tough to see a guy like Carlo go. But Minton comes in and this kid's defensive game is out of control. I don't know that if people are aware of that, but Fraser Minton is I think he's going to be an elite defensive center in this. Like I think he's going to be a third line, second line center
luxury
in his career that people are like, this dude is a fucking shutdown machine. Like baby Barkov vibes. Like I'm not saying he's going to be Lundell, but I am saying he's going to be a guy in his career. If you watch his game, if you look at his full 60 minutes and the way he plays 200-foot hockey, I think he's special. I think he's a special defensive center.
What do you want to happen? Well, I guess you just leave him there when everyone comes back. There's a lot of centers that are missing time right now for Boston.
Yes. I think you leave him.
Kick Zacha to the wing.
Yeah, but Zaka's one of those guys for me where I'm like, obviously he's great, but I'm like, Zacha I don't need at center.
Yeah, same.
He's so good everywhere. Mm-hmm. And look at how well he's playing.
I know.
But yeah, when Elias comes back.
And Middlestat
comes back. But, I mean, Frazier can play wherever too.
Yeah, we're fine.
Anyway.
We're fine.
This team, I think, and again, it's early, they might officially be in like dude, your vibes are so high, we can't even talk about tanking now.
Oh, agree.
I'm not sure that they're going to make playoffs still. They're second place. That's great, but so much can change. Yep. So much can change. But I think that this team is too vibey to like even be in consideration for bottom of the league.
Unfortunately, I completely agree, which means that I'm with you. I think the Ducks finish with more points. I think the Bruins are more surprising because I think we both had the Ducks in playoffs and neither of us had the Bruins in playoffs. Unfortunately, I think the Bruins are...
Stop.
Don't think they are, dude. Because I'm going, I think if you made me pick right now, I would say they just barely miss, which sucks.
But yeah. Let's get back to that because I want to talk about a couple of things that you brought up. Number one, did you see our best friend, Jeremy Swayman, almost lose his life last night?
Bro. It's unacceptable.
Sean, go on Twitter and like look up this Jeremy Swayman play. It's just a play in front of the net, and Lorenz, nothing bad, nothing intentional at all.
Correct.
He's just in front of the net trying to tip the puck, and his elbow clips the chin of Sway's mask, and Sway's mask literally lifts off, and then a 95-mile-per-hour clapper from the point comes and clips the last part of his mask that's covering his face and knocks it off. And you can see Sway turn and he's like, whoa. But you can clearly read I texted him and he was like, oh yeah. He goes, that would have fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, it would have.
Like, holy shit.
But Sway is... I mean, he's getting win after he gets 7-4 on the season, 3.08 goals against, and a 900.899 save percentage. So similar to Otter, like he's doing great. He's getting wins that you need. And he's making huge saves.
Yep.
But like he can be better.
There's more.
Be better.
Yep.
So interesting. And then let's quickly talk about Pasta's 400 goals before we move on to the transitional topic.
Pasta gets his 400th. This is what I was going to say earlier. I was looking up where he was all time, and he's 112th. 113th is Jamie Benn, and Jamie Benn has 399. And I was like, did he finish last year with 399 and just hasn't had a shot at it?
Well, he's hurt.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like what a fucking nightmare to be like, gonna pop that 400th. And I'm like, guess you can't play.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus. Because I was like, wow, I can't believe I passed him and I'm scoring all these goals this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, Buchagras tweeted 400th career goal before age 30, 500 a lock. Bruins record is 545 held by the Chief. Pasta should get that if he retires.
No, without question.
I agree.
Pasta might get that in 3 years. Dude.
How high can he go?
I think Pasta can hit in his career.
Yeah, he's got 400 right now. He's not even 30.
I think he can hit 700. I genuinely mean that.
700 goals?
Yeah. I mean, Pasta is scoring 50 almost like on average, and he's a real, knock on wood, he's a really fucking, actually, I'm not even going to say
don't even fucking, what are you doing, dude? Don't even fucking do that.
I'm not even going to say it.
Don't even fucking do that.
I think he can get 700, definitely.
But that's, if he plays 6 more years, watch this math, if he plays 6 more years.
Do it.
And scores 50 a year still.
Yeah.
That's 300 more.
Yeah.
Plus 400 will be 700.
Yeah.
You think he's scoring 50 goals a year till he's 36?
Yes. Wow. I could easily see him.
And he could play longer. He could play. Yeah. He strikes me as a guy that could play.
Again, I'm going high. I think 700 is like his ceiling. Like it could be like when Pasta's 38, still in the league, he has like a 20 goal season and he gets 700. That'd be sick.
801 Gordy, yeah. So if he got 700 on the nose, he would pass Messier 694 and move to 9th all time.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty sick.
That'd be
Only
sick.
8 people have ever scored 700. I would like Pasta to do that. Okay. Pasta 700 watch.
Do it.
That is now happening.
Do it.
Begin your journey. Right now, we are on this train with you, Pasta getting 700. You know what the real tragedy is, Dan?
Well, let's talk about the 400 goals.
Okay.
What did you think about some of the people being like so lame that the Bruins emptied their bench for 400 goals?
I think it was slightly fair.
I think it's insane to. What are you talking?
I'm not mad.
I think
some people are mad. I'm not mad.
I think at 300, you should empty the bench every time someone hits 100
at
plateau.
300,
dude, scoring 300 goals in the National, that's sick. Who gives a shit?
240 people have done that
on Earth. That's not a lot.
Fair, but I just think that's some of the names here. You'd be like, oh, we're emptying the bench.
240 people have done 400.
No, 300.
Yeah. So how many people have done 400?
112.
Like, and there are people dogging that. That's such an achievement.
I don't think you should be dogging it. I
think it's crazy.
But it's a little bit champagne-y, like your baseball thing, where I'm like, okay.
You know what? I think it's not a coincidence that most of the people online who were bitching about that were Leafs fans.
Me too.
And let's do a quick tranny into that.
Wait, this is what I want to say to you when you said you said hold on. I'm looking at goals, Ovi, 1,500 games, Wayne, 1,400 games. Everyone's in the thousands, and then you go down 24th all time with 573 goals. Mike Bossy, 752
Jesus
games.
Christ, dude. Mike Bossy's the best player to ever live. Isn't it amazing how when we discovered that?
Oh my God, he's incredible. He's incredible.
He's unbelievable.
He's incredible.
Okay, last episode we brought up that Leafs fans asked us if trading Matthews is on the table.
Yep.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are in the running for worst vibes in the NHL.
Yes. Yeah, correct. There's Flames, Sabres, Leafs.
I want to be clear. They're 500, so we're not raising alarm bells yet, but they're sitting at 500.
We'll raise some.
Yeah, they are 9th in the wild card. But as we always talk about, right, like that can change in literally 2 games at this point in the career, this season.
But they have played more games than a lot of teams close to them. So I'm like...
And Chris, dude, name a good thing going on with this team other than Nylander and
I was going to say Willie Nylander. That's it.
I guess Morgan Riley's having a great season. He is.
Okay.
But for God's sakes, this team just looks so soulless. They've got no happiness in their lives. And then you see this game and, Bruins are up 4-1. The Leafs bring it to 4-3, and like there were some people trying to be like, like here we come, and then you lose 5-3, and then it's just like you've got nothing. The fans are shitting on Boston Bruins emptying the bench for Pasta's 400th goal, and I'm like, this is what you guys are clinging to right now. And then the other one, Zadorov hits Matthews, and Matthews leaves the game.
Yep.
You don't ever want to see that. This is not hometown cooking here because, as we know, we're a California podcast.
Yeah.
We don't even like the Bruins. I did not think that was a penalty.
Yeah, fine.
Did you?
Not really.
If it got called a penalty, I would have gone, okay.
Yeah, same. That's what I was going to say.
I would have been like, okay, absolutely. But I genuinely, Zadorov's elbows are down. I think he absolutely catches him more shoulder. It's like Matthews is turning his back into him, which is always one of those weird plays.
Yep.
But then like, I don't even know. People are calling it boarding. Like he clearly hits the ice well before the boards. It didn't even look like he went into the boards that hard. But the bigger point is, before people call me an idiot, zero reaction from the Leafs.
Which is kind of the MO.
If people want to sit here and piss and moan and act like that was so bad, where are any of the Leafs players? What your captain just went down and what goes down the tunnel? No one's fighting. No one's up in arms. And even Berube after the game, he was like, I thought it was a penalty, but I'm not a ref.
Yeah.
So I'm like, clearly you guys didn't think it was that bad. So like fans screaming, look at your team, look at your coach. No one's freaking out about it. But I just like, what do the Leafs need? Do they need a trip?
Yeah, maybe. Here's my Leafs take. Anthony Stolarz. And what's fucking hilarious is how bad the Leafs have been are going to cost me my Stolarz win over under, which felt like the most automatic bet on earth because I said Joe Wall's not even going to play, and he hasn't. Stolarz has started 13 fucking games.
Yeah.
This should have been free money. And he has 6 wins currently because he has an .884 save percentage and a .351 goals against. And I will say, and I'm not fucking rooting for I'm not rooting for anyone to be bad ever.
I want every team to go 82-0.
Yeah, but the amount of people that fucking lost their shit about how good Anthony Stolarz is, and he certainly can turn this season around easily, but we're talking about a dude who had never even been an actual starter in the NHL, and he's 30-2, and everybody was telling me that he was about to be in Vezina conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because he played well as a fucking tandem/backup in his past his prime. Like, what in the fuck are we talking about?
Don't be an ageist.
Well, that's science. That's science, dude. So that's rattling to me. Here's what else is rattling. The Leafs, most goals for in the National Hockey League by team. Number 1, the Colorado Avalanche, Chelly Malibu, 68. Number 2, the Anaheim Ducks. They have the greatest roster I've ever seen, 64. Number 3, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 62. Goals against in the league. Number 1 worst, 65, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
You have given up more goals than the fucking Blues, than the Preds, than the Canucks. Like, what? These teams are in dead last with like minus 18 goal diffs. What in the fuck are you doing? Morgan Riley, you're having a good season. No, you're not. You've given up a billion goals. Like, what is going on? And the last thing I'll say is I wonder if it bothers Austin Matthews deep down. He wouldn't talk about it at parties. But I wonder if it bothers him a little bit how good Willie has gotten. Where they're like, Willie's the best player on this team. And you're like, what?
That was supposed to be me.
Yeah, because it is. You're Austin Matthews, dude. You're Mr. 70 goals.
You literally
like you're
ripped John Tavares' C off his sweater.
Yeah.
And put it on yourself. And now you have less points than him.
And dude, Matthews has 9 goals, which isn't horrible. But like, you're Austin Matthews, but you have 9 goals.
No, what do you mean? That's fantastic.
But like, he should always be near the top.
To be fair, 9 through like 17, 18.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. But yeah. Yeah.
And 5 assists, which is always the knock. Tavares has 9 goals, 12 assists. And I'm like, dude, he plays your position on a worse line and has as many goals as you. I would never ask him that. I would never accuse him of anything, but I just wonder if he's like, fuck.
I mean, listen, we talk about all the time. I do want to just say really quick, just because I know people are going to go crazy, Tavares is playing with Willie, so I would argue that Tavares is probably playing on the better line. But, you know,
sure.
Matthews has nice, so.
And you're my 1C.
Yes, yeah. I just, dude, they need something.
Yeah.
They need a little spunk. And it's, you know, you look at we'll get into them later, but like the Rangers too. It's like they're so bad at home. And I wonder these teams who have these crazy fan bases in these major cities that demand such success, it's like if things aren't going awesome, it might kind of suck
big time
all the time. And the Leafs they just feel so soulless, and it's sad. Yeah. I want them to find their soul.
This is a bad season with the Marner stuff to be bad.
Agree.
Like, you almost would have rather been bad last year.
Agree. And it's like, yeah, I wonder, man. I wonder what they need. So that's what we're kind of looking at here is like, what do the Leafs need?
It's actually an incredible transition, Dan, because the Global Series is coming up this week. Preds and Penguins in Stockholm this Friday and Sunday. Little home and home.
Yeah.
We have seen trips bond teams in the past, big time, in big ways.
Big time.
And in fact, Steven Stamkos on the Lightning went on a trip to Stockholm, and they said the way it bonded them launched them into their cup to the point that they have.
Hold on, what did you just say?
Steven Stamkos on the Lightning, they went on a trip the year they won the cup.
Okay. I thought you said Steven Stamkos went home, and I was like...
Went to Stockholm.
I was like, that man is not Swedish.
Went to Stockholm. Stockholm. And they got Stockholm on their rings. That is written on their rings. So he's here. He knows what this is all about. They gave a ton of interviews about how, this is exactly what we needed. This is great timing. We got it. We're not where we want to be. This can fix us. 2 questions. 1, is there any hope that this trip can save the Preds?
There is definitely a hope. I love the idea of Flip getting to go home.
Yep.
But there's a couple of things that I want to say here. These global series, the NFL can flex games in and out of Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
I think with Stadium Series and Global Series, Stadium Series makes it a little harder. We should be able to flex teams in and out of these games. Like, no disrespect because they're fantastic now, but was it last year Stadium Series was in Chicago?
No, that was Winter Classic. Stadium Series was
I meant Winter Classic.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Like,
Blues Hawks,
that should have been flexed out.
Yeah.
Like that was,
but you can't,
I know the Blues figured it out, but like that would get out of here.
Yeah.
The Preds should be flexed out of this game.
So they're dead. Preds dead.
Listen, dead. Could it fix them? No.
Well, but what if Flip gets some candy going?
Flip has never been the issue. He's fantastic.
No, he's fine.
He'll be buzzing.
But I'm telling you, what if he makes all of them flip? He goes, this is what made this place made Flip. Now you are
possible.
Flip.
But here's what I was going to say. I think the Pens should be flexed out of this game too because they're too good.
Okay.
We can't have their vibes going this high. The Pens vibes.
See, this is what I was headed.
The Pens vibes are too high already. This is going to be, they might never lose again.
I think there's a chance that everybody's been wondering about the Penguins. Oh, can they hang? Are they legit? Is this real? Is this real? And I have been wondering too, deep down, because I've been like, I want Sid to be happy. So either be real or be worse and trade him.
Dude.
And there's a chance I am now on board that this trip is going to do something to the Penguins, the likes of which we have never seen.
It's terrifying. I'm telling you. This and we're obviously loving the Pens buzzing right now. I'm telling you, this is scary.
Yeah,
like this team just might be, through the roof. But I think Raquel is still on the IR right now. This might heal him, dude. He might go home. He might pop the border over to Finland real quick, get in a sauna. Heal.
Oh my God!
If he all of a sudden is back and playing,
I didn't even think about that.
He's going to score 1 billion goals. The Penguins are really banged up right now, too. This might heal them.
God, I actually just can't believe. I look at their team and I'm like, how are you winning? But they are, and they have Sid. And they have Sid and Malkin.
They have vibes, and this is going to...
And goalie play, Dan. Goalie play.
I know.
Sheila.
So I'll say this. I think this is going to be very good for both teams. I don't think it's going to fix the Preds, but I think it'll give them a little bit of a juice. But if there's a team here that this is going to be huge for, it's the Pittsburgh Penguins. I fear desperately for the next 10 teams that play the Penguins after this.
Could it turn back the clock for Karlsson?
Of course.
Could he just become a kid again?
Of course. Also, the hammer. We're going to hammer the Swedish player points overs in this game because
they got family there.
That is a no-brainer.
They got family there. I love it.
I love this so much. Wait. You wrote down, this is something I want to talk about. You think, you were like, why is the NHL so much better at this than other sports? You don't think the NFL's doing a cool job with this, with the overseas games?
Dude, I think the NFL overseas games is a fucking tragedy.
Why?
They're like, oh, we're playing in Germany, and fucking the game's on at 3 a.m, and the field sucks, and no one knows the rules, and no one cares.
But that's how you grow the game.
Dude, fucking grow up. Play literally every single game in this country, and maybe in Canada if you want. But even then, I don't like it.
I love it.
NHL, hell yeah, this is awesome.
They're so good at it.
Play everywhere.
This is another one. Hat tip to Gary. I think these games are so cool. So I love it. Couple more things. Talked about the vibes of the Pens.
Mm-hmm.
We gave it award to the All Vibes team last year, and then we snatched it away from them at the beginning of this year, but we might have to give it back. The Sharkies are back, dude.
Dude.
All Vibes team, they went to sleep for a little bit, and then they woke up and went, wait.
All range
Is
mode.
someone else taking All Vibes from us? And they took All Vibes back. 7-2-1 in their last 10, won 4 straight, and they're beating awesome teams.
Yep. The wild card right now, this could change. This will change a million times. Right now, the wild card in the West is wild card 1, Hawks, wild card 2, Sharks. And truly, and this is an overused meme, but if there was ever a time for the Paul Rudd, for the Paul Rudd, hey, clip. Look at us.
Did you see the way
it is the Sharks and the fucking Hawks?
Did you see the way Connor Bedard lit up in an interview when talking about Macklin celebrating having a great year? Like, he was literally smiling ear to ear.
Yeah.
He was like, I love it. Whenever I look at that, they're having a great game, and I look and he's just ripping up the points. It makes me so happy. And I'm like, wow.
And dude,
special.
that's what I think is so cool. And I want to say this, Dan, out loud. As a hockey fan.
Yeah.
And as them, frankly.
Yeah.
This is the second Billy Madison reference in a few episodes, but stay as long as you can. Because right now,
yeah,
we are in a beautiful moment in time where the Sharks and the Hawks are proud of each other, and it's fun, and you're rooting for each other, and hey, look at us.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly, quicker than I even thought, maybe as early as next year. You are the 2 best teams, and you have the 2 best players in the league, and you will despise each other.
Yes.
You are going to meet in the Western Conference Finals.
Enjoy it.
Year after year after year, and Bedard is going to fucking want to beat Mac, and Mac's going to want to beat Bedard so badly.
It's true.
It's all you're going to think about. So right now, just be little
enjoy.
guys and be happy.
Just enjoy.
And be like, it's awesome. We're rooting for each other, and it's so fun. That's my message to hockey fans, especially Sharks and Hawks fans. Enjoy this moment because it will not last.
It's true. Our last topic in Hot Ice, we're going on the road.
Yep.
Talking about some road warriors. Team that is struggling, but not on the road. The New York Rangers, 7-1-1 on the road. Shesterkin playing out of his mind. Quickie playing out of his mind. All on the road. And then the Kings. A tale of two coasts.
Yeah.
7-1-2 on the road. Both have really struggled at home, but are buzzing on the road. What is up with that? I think I know the answer.
I have no idea. Last year, the Kings, my only thought for the Kings is, well, we posted a thing with BetMGM where the Knicks are undefeated at home.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, yeah, that's how this goes. You know, you can't have both. So maybe that's the Rangers' answer. The Kings' answer, my only explanation is last year they were like $1.2 billion at home.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, this is how you beat the Oilers. You get home ice advantage, you take care of business, and you're a dominant home team. And they go immediate loss to the Oilers in probably the worst fashion that they've done it in 4 years. So I think this year they're going like this. Okay, suck at home. Beat them in Edmonton.
Yeah.
We'll beat them in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I think that's my only explanation for the Kings. They're trying to do reverse jinx themselves against the Oilers.
I love that. I love that. I think the answer is, and I'm not sure if this is the answer for the Rags. Actually, yes, it is, but it's different. This is a message to teams, coaching staffs, as well as GMs. Let the boys have fun.
The boys watch.
Let the boys have fun.
Yep.
When teams are on the piss, when they're just like out enjoying life, having a few pops, relaxing, it translates to the ice, dude. And when we talked about Toronto, and I referenced New York, I'm telling you, man, I think there's too much pressure and too many bad vibes in MSG and in New York that the players tighten up.
Yeah, they get too tighten.
And then when they get on the road and they just start yucking it up with each other, they're having fun in the hotels, laughing, enjoying life. All of a sudden they loosen up and they're playing great. Kings on the road, one of the tightest groups in the NHL. We talk about it all the time. They're just fucking buzzing. Dude.
Yeah.
I think they're just on the road.
No distractions.
No distractions, just having fun, and they win. So it's like, dude, stay stay on the vibes train. When you come home, act like you're on vacation.
You're on the road. Get a hotel room.
Do a staycation.
Yeah.
Get a fucking Airbnb down the road.
Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do, but keep the road vibes. You got to you got to loosen up, dude. Loosey-goosey, baby.
Maybe
Loosey-goosey.
Maybe make, you know how in Night at the Roxbury they make the outside of the club the inside of the club?
Yeah.
Maybe they make the facilities, your home facilities that you're so used to and so comfortable in, maybe you make those look like a hotel room or something like that. You make it look different. Get rid of the comfortability, make it a fresh, oh my God, look at this. Look how much fun we're having because this is new and on the road.
I think it's perfect.
Change the clubhouse.
Boom. Done.
Solved.
Let's take a quick ad break and then jump on right back.
Hockey is back, boys and girls, which means so is the hat trick jackpot. And God, I love a hat trick jackpot. It's so much fun because so many things can happen all at once. If you sign up for the BetMGM app and you use promo code NETTERS, that's NETTERS. If you bet on an anytime goal scorer and they score more than 3 or more goals, hat trick or better, then you get your share of 10 G's in bonus bets, which is absolutely amazing. And by the way, they could just score 1 goal and you will have won your bet, or they could score 0 goals and you will lose your bet, but you can get up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet loses when you use promo code NETTERS. So someone explain to me how you wouldn't want to be a part of that incredible thing. In fact, I'm just saying it out loud right now. That in itself is a hat trick jackpot. They don't score, you can get up to $1,500 in bonus bets. They do score and you win your bet. They score 3 or more, you win the hat trick jackpot. Hat trick of good things happen if you sign up for BetMGM and you use that promo code NETTERS. You are missing out. I actually can't believe it. It's hurting my feelings. You are hurting my feelings right now. So please go remedy that and download the BetMGM app.
We are back from our ad break and here with the professors for another installment of Professors Puckline. So, Christopher, how are you?
Daniel!
Goodness gracious, this man.
Daniel, I forgot my spectacles.
As have I. 2 weeks in a row, I find myself squinting.
Cannot see anything, Daniel.
But if I may be so bold, we had another fantastic week.
Yes, and we're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer.
Also, young Sean, I will say, last week, every one of my Mega Parlay picks hit.
And Sean did not do as well.
It did not continue as well. Let us start with the Mega Parlay recap from last week.
Devils, yes. Yes, of course. Devils, incredible.
Quicker.
Sens, yes. Preds, no. Preds, awful. Bruins, yes. Bruins, best team in the league. Mammoth, no. Mammoth usually win. Caps, no. Isles, yes. Canes, yes. Spunk, yes. Sean did get spunk.
Well done, Sean with the spunk.
Avs, yes. Avs 9-1.
Yes.
Jackets, no. Knights, no. Sharks, yes. Sharks also incredible.
Yes.
8-5 again.
8-5 again. We begin to wonder. Listen, we're doing better than 500, yet it feels as though this 8-5 results might just continue over and over again.
And what's horrifying is even if you did 11-2. You lose.
You still
lose.
Unfortunately lose. One might wonder, should we just bet all of these games individually as a money?
No, Smee,
but
no.
We cannot. No. We cannot even begin to flirt with the idea. Now, the Friday fade was quite successful last week. We had the Wild over the Islanders on Long Island, which, of course, hit. We are 3 weeks in a row running on that one, my friend. And then the Saturday Selly as well. We said that Mr. Jarvis in Carolina would light the lamp just like Sir Paul Bunyan. By that, I mean Paul Revere. I don't know why I said Paul Bunyan.
How would you know? They're Americans. How could you?
Because he ruined everything for us.
I know, but you would never know.
Yeah,
American
I
law.
forget because why would I remember the man who
Bunyan,
ruined everything?
Revere, lamps, trees.
Paul Revere.
Who cares?
Paul Revere, that scallywag ruined everything for us, but he did light a lamp just like Mr. Jarvis.
It was an empty netter, by the way.
They played at home, and they all count.
They all count,
as we say.
Sethy.
So that is 2 weeks in a row on the Saturday Selly as well. Now,
3 of 4 on the fade and 2 of 4 on the Selly. For those of you not participating, you are missing out on riches.
True, Riches. Now, Friday fade this week. We have the Canucks at Canes. We have the Flyers at Blues and the Isles at the Mammoth.
And Preds, the Pens at Preds.
Pens at Preds as well. There were a lot of good options.
Well, here's the thing, Daniel. The global series feels too...
We can't.
Who could be sure of anything?
Could not begin to flirt with that. Who's even home?
Who's even home? That where the Preds are home technically, but it doesn't matter. The Pens are home Sunday. It's codswallop. Then Isles at Mammoth is a little bit tricky for me.
I think both teams are doing quite well. I wouldn't call one a significant fade. Therefore,
the other two. Potentially.
Other two feel
because
very interesting.
Blues always lose.
They do.
The Blues lose. Blues lose.
I don't hate that.
So then perhaps we fade and pick the Blues money line.
Let's keep it simple. You're on track with an idea. I'd like to support and champion the idea. We'll take the St. Louis Blues at home against the Flyers. Because, of course,
Blues clues lose.
The Blues clues lose. Therefore, we will fade.
The Blues win.
And take the Blues to win.
Friday.
Simple as that. Simple as that, sir. Now, Saturday, Sally, you always like a homeboy.
I love a homeboy.
So, tell me a few that you like this Saturday, sir.
Ones that are intriguing to me are Wyatt Johnston at home versus the Flyers. Mr. Johnston is the leading goal scorer on the Stars.
Oh, yeah.
A Stars team that employs Mikko Rantanen.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Wyatt. It is, in fact, young Wyatt, who is the sharp shooter. I love that one. I also love Connor Bedard at home versus the Leafs. The Leafs cannot win. They cannot do anything right. They've given up more goals than any team in the league. And Connor Bedard is having the best season of his young career, one of the best seasons in the league of anybody participating. And then I also like Dylan Larkin of Dear Friend, and they are playing at home versus the Sabres. As Larkin goes, the Wings go. The Sabres go down the drain, as always, circling the drain, and then Larkin circles the net and scores.
Now, I believe I urged us to take young Seth last week. Therefore, I would like to give the reins to you. I love Dylan Larkin versus the Sabres, and I know you don't prefer this.
Oh, here we go.
It is a road player, but I do believe my kin, Macklin Celebrini, to score against the Seattle Kraken feels very, very good.
Very feasible.
Very feasible.
Kraken have been spunky, though.
Phenomenal.
So it's a tougher game than you might have expected last year. I'm between, but you did say Larkin. No, Bedard. I thought you might be
I love Connor Bedard against the Maple Leafs. It's a big stage. I could do that as well.
My three favorites are Bedard, Celebrini, and Larkin.
Let's stick with a home game. We're on. Why fight it? As much as I love Dylan, the hot hand must be young Connor Bedard against the Leafs.
Saturday.
Come on, Connor. Now, let's
take our medicine.
It is time to take our medicine. The doctor is in the house, and I believe we're going abroad.
And I also want to say, Doctor, it was interestingly the worst result from last week. However, we got the team finally.
It's not about what's behind us.
Yes,
it's what's ahead.
We need to look forward.
Looking forward.
We're getting closer and closer.
The only way out is through here. We're going to a place where we don't want to be. I don't think anyone wants to be, but it's where we have to be. How about that? Sunday in Stockholm.
I apologize. I must disavow. I must disavow for obvious reasons. However, We are heading, but certainly not in the winter. It's dark. It's dark.
I mean, what are we
all
doing?
Day there.
You're in a regular season game and you're getting sent to Sweden. Like you're one night you're playing in Detroit and the next night you're in fucking Sweden. No one wants to be here on Sunday, November 16th. 17th, whatever the fuck the date is. No one wants.
It is quite dark in Sweden right now. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Horse meat in Sweden on Sunday night.
One night you're playing the Avalanche in Colorado. The next night you're in Stockholm. Like no one wants to be here. No one. That sounds like a nightmare.
Right.
And then the next night you're gonna have to travel back, and now you're playing the Islanders in New York.
We are. That is, however, where we're going. You like this game?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we
might as well make some money. If they're going to be there.
We have to do it.
We need to pay for the travel.
Yeah, we don't often have an opportunity to bet on a hockey game in Sweden. So now that we do, let's dip a toe in the water. It's kind of like the NFL when you go across the seas.
Very true.
Like
very true.
It's like it's great to be in Germany or London or Brazil.
Brazil,
Spain, all these places, but. No one, the game gets altered. No one wants to be there. And it's just, it's an opportunity for us to get in bed.
To capitalize.
With that being said, we got the Penguins.
Yes, sir. Versus the Predators.
And the Predators.
And Penguins technically home, despite we are in Stockholm. It's technically a home game for the Penguins.
Yep.
And we love a homecoming Swede on the Penguins.
Yep. Well, I'm just going to get out in front of this one. Leg number 1, we're going to go with the under.
Oh, I love it. We went away. Last week. I don't know why you did that.
Sweden
Stockholm
unders.
Stockholm
syndrome.
Stockholm
Swedish
unders. It's brilliant. I love it.
I mean, you're going to tell me these guys are just going to show up with the cleats on and slap a bunch of goals in the back of the net? There's no fucking chance. These guys are going to be sleepwalking on the ice.
Yes, under 6 and a half, would you say? It's a long flight.
Final score 1-0.
Yeah.
How about that? But luckily that one is going to be a point for leg number 2. Tell them your guy.
Erik Karlsson returning home to Sweden in front of friends and family and loved ones. It is a certainty that he will have a point in this match.
1 point.
1 point. Love it.
Love that.
And
so that's leg number 2. Then leg number 3.
We need a winner.
If
it's a 1-0 game and Erik Karlsson has a point, we can assume we know what the third leg is. Doctor.
I'm pretty sure. Are there any penguins in Sweden? Maybe. I'm pretty sure there's penguins in Sweden.
There is an aquarium in Stockholm, and I believe that penguin shall be there. That's what
Sweden
I believe they eat penguins there. I believe they eat penguins in Stockholm.
Sweden's like the capital of penguins.
Yes, everyone. Penguins come from Sweden.
That's where they reside. So with that being said, leg number 3, give us the Penguins on the money line.
Penguins, bang, the under, and an Erik Karlsson point.
I feel like this comes home.
This comes home. We will all ride on this one together, Doctor, because it is sure to hit.
It's definitely under. It's definitely Penguins and the homecoming.
Ken Karlsson. Definitely Karlsson. In front of friends and family.
Just for a point.
Yes.
Just give us 1 assist.
1 assist. Bully for the Doctor. Bully. Brilliant from the Doctor as usual. Now let us get into this week's Saturday Mega Parlay, 13 games. So Christopher, Young Sean, myself, we will go around the horn starting with Christopher.
Yes, it is me this week, I believe. And I will start Bolts at Panthers. What a game. Panthers at home, heaven better. Give me the Panthers. I'll take the Panthers.
I would disagree. The Bolts are red hot.
I know, but there's always this game. Something always happens in this game. We are taking the Panthers. Sean, Ducks at Wild.
I feel like I have to go Ducks.
Quack, quack, Daniel. Quack, Sean. Quack, quack. Bruins at Habs, Daniel.
Give me, sir. The Habs back on track.
Yes, another one with the Bruins red hot, but that game always does things. Kings at Sens. Kings on the road, I will take Kings. Sean, Sabres at Wings.
Home team advantage, Wings.
Tough game, Sean. That is a difficult game.
Important.
You've done well.
Important playoffs. Devils at Caps, Daniel.
I will take the Devils.
Yes, sir. Oil at Canes. I will take the Canes. Sean, Rags at Jackets.
Another weird one. Jackets.
Yes.
Sean, I like
Daniel,
it.
Leafs at Hawks.
I will take the Blackhawks.
And a Bedard.
And a Bedard goal.
And a Bedard goal. Christopher, Knights at Blues. I will happily take the Knights. Sean, Flyers at Stars.
Stars.
I love that pick. Daniel, Jets at Flames.
Jets. And that's easy.
And Christopher, Sharks at
difficult.
Spunk.
Difficult.
Very difficult. Very difficult. I will take the Spunk. The Spunk have been a delight.
Brilliant.
And I will take
Good
the Spunk.
respect to the Spunk.
So we have the Panthers, the Ducks, the Habs, the Kings, the Wings, the Devils, the Canes, the Jackets, the Hawks, the Knights, the Stars, the Jets, and the Spunk.
That is our 13-game Saturday mega parlay, and that is the Professor's Puck Line. We will take a quick ad break and return. Taking a break to talk about a new sponsor of the pod, Lucy, the best nicotine in the game. Crafted for adults by scientists, giving you all of the best flavors and delivery systems. I talk about it all the time. You got the pouches, which is my game. You also got the breakers if you want a little bit more flavor. But listen, if you're using nicotine right now, Lucy is the only way to go. They've got all of the best flavors. Right now, I'm on a wintergreen kick. It's fantastic. It's delicious. Also, I've said it a million times, we're in fall now, and I'm getting into that espresso game because it gives me a nice warm feeling. But the best part about Lucy, yes, they have incredible flavors. Yes, they've got milligrams from 4 to 8 to 12, taking care of your every need. Lucy is just making sure you're getting dialed in whatever way you are looking for. If you need a little bit of energy, waking up in the morning, you maybe don't want to have another cup of coffee, bang, you pop in a Lucy. You want to get laser focused. When I'm on the golf course and I need to go birdie hunting, bang, pop in a Lucy. And my favorite recently, don't have a sweet tooth. I don't want to just be eating a bunch of candy and cookies and all that after my nice dinner, but I do want something to make me just wind down and relax on the couch while I'm getting some work done or while I'm watching my stories. Bang, I pop in a Lucy. It's absolutely fantastic. It's taking care of your every need, giving you the best buzz you want. And like I just said, for energy, relaxation, dialing it in, whatever you want, Lucy has you covered. So this is what we are going to do, folks, okay? We're going to level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. You're going to go to lucy.co/Friday and use promo code FRIDAY, FRIDAY, to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code FRIDAY to get 20% off. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every customer is age verified. This is a product that contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. If you want to step up your nicotine game, do it with Lucy right now. All right, folks, we are back, and we are going to get into a segment that we call Danny Tin Man. I'm putting on the tinfoil hat. I wish I had it right now. Sean, if you've not been a part of this yet, which I don't think you have.
I haven't, no.
This is where I share some conspiracies with you guys that have been rumbling around my brain that I actually think have some legs. Talked about lizard people a couple weeks ago, and we're staying on a similar train in a way. And today, I want to talk to you two about dragons.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dragons are pretty cool.
And I feel like with you, sir, my Irishman, you've got some experience with dragons in your country's history.
You'd be surprised how little experience I've had with dragons personally.
Personally, I believe.
History, I'm sure there's some.
Personally, I believe, but we got castles up there. We've got knights up there.
Yep.
I believe there were dragons up there. And here's the point, folks. This conspiracy is that dragons, often considered a mythical creature, were and are, in fact, real. And we're going to get into why possibly they're real and why have we tried to wash them out of existence. Okay?
I will say that I often forget, and I'm being dead serious, I often forget
that dragons weren't real.
Yeah. Like, I think they're like dinosaurs. Where I'm like, yeah, that was like a billion years ago.
But then you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah, I read too many fantasy books, so I'm like, right, that's a made-up thing. But maybe not.
I'm going to talk to you guys about a man named Herodotus, okay? Herodotus, considered one of the world's first historians. This is the person who first reported on Troy, discovered the city of Troy, okay?
Yep.
In his teachings, in his research, he has a quote from his time visiting Arabia where he describes dragons in great detail, large winged serpents. Okay?
Okay.
So Herodotus, boom. Let's go to Marco Polo.
Yep.
Maybe someone
Heard
you
of
know a little more.
Heard of him.
Heard of him more frequently. In Marco Polo's map charting, he included drawings of dragons around where Indonesia is. And in his writings, he said, "Here I found snakes and huge serpents, 10 paces in length, and 10 spans the girth of the body. The jaws are large enough to swallow a man, the teeth are long and sharp, and their whole appearance is so formidable that neither man nor any kind of animal can approach them without terror."
Did he say wings?
Yes,
He did.
the wingspan, the girth of the 10 lengths, the girth of the body.
Okay. Because I was going to say the 10 paces does not feel long enough to be a dragon.
That's pretty big.
That 10 paces is pretty big. Like
It's
if
large.
I wouldn't not be afraid of a 10 pace long dragon.
But I feel like
Like a pace is like at least, that's like 4 feet long.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marco Polo is probably only 5 feet tall.
he's probably
Yeah,
fucking-
we'll call it 3 feet.
Yeah, we'll call it 3 feet.
But still, that's 30 feet. It's a large.
But I feel like a anaconda or a boa constrictor, those are 30 feet long.
No, dude. Like a 20-foot python is huge.
What's the biggest snake? Python?
I don't know.
I'd say python's probably pretty long.
The longest python ever recorded. The longest measured an incredible 32 feet, 9.5 inches.
Yeah, so these things are, these are just the average.
I think he just saw a python.
No, dude. It has wings.
Like I always kind of, you know the way like there's all like around the world, everyone has kind of their own version of dragons. I always assumed that was like people would find part of a dinosaur bone and be like, well, this must have been from a dragon.
This is a dragon.
So we'll get into that show.
Okay.
all right.
So now we have Herodotus and Marco Polo.
Yep.
Let's go to a man named Alexander the Great. You know him.
I do know him.
He and his explorers also shared maps, drawings, and documentations of dragons. All stories are connected to the idea that these reptiles hid during the day in caves and hunted at night to kill their prey and could fly. Why were they hiding? Because they're protecting their treasure.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so we're like, this is full on fantasy dragon. This isn't just like.
Oh, no, well, no. I mean, the treasure part.
Okay.
There's no mention of treasure.
Okay.
But all of these historians and explorers have documentations of giant serpent-winged animals. Now, you're going to ask about fossils, I can already tell.
Yes, Sean is, certainly.
Scientists believe that there are roughly 1 to 4 billion kinds of species that walk the earth. And we have around 300,000 fossils of those species, 1%. 1%.
So there's species we haven't even we forgot
correct.
about.
So large birds very famously have a hard time being fossilized because their bones are so fragile, brittle.
Yep.
So we believe a lot of these fossils we found of dinosaurs were actually dragons, but we don't have the fossilization of the wings because they've deteriorated.
But we have like, when you see like a pterodactyl, like you can see the like the pentadactyl limbs where the wings were. Like you can see the fingers of the wings and stuff.
Yep.
Surely if like a T-Rex had wings and was actually a dragon, we would still have those little pieces.
Possible. So there's a species of fish called the coelacanth, okay? The coelacanth is a fish from millions of years ago that we have fossils of. They were said to have died out in the great dinosaur extinction. But in 1938, a museum worker found one swimming in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, shit.
Still alive. There were early reports of a Sasquatch beast. Okay?
Yep.
Andrew Bartell, a 17th century explorer. He talks of beasts who would steal food, raid camps, and even sometimes kill humans. But they were, in fact, gorillas because they had not been discovered yet. They were dismissed as myths until they were officially documented in 1847. So, point being, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of lack of information with numerous species around the world throughout time. And we have documentation of all of these great historians talking about dragons. Why would they talk about dragons? Why would they put them in their charts if they weren't real? And here's my big finisher for you guys, okay?
Yep.
Let's go to the Chinese zodiac. You've all been to a Chinese restaurant. You get your cool paper menu, and it shows the zodiacs all around. You figure out what year you were born and what your zodiac sign is. Let me share the Chinese zodiacs with you, okay?
Yep.
A rat, an ox, a tiger, a rabbit, a snake, a horse, a goat, a monkey, a rooster, a dog, a pig, and a dragon. Why would the Chinese zodiac
put one
have
fake animal?
One fake animal in there?
Dude, I think you've convinced me. I think I'm on board with this.
Of all the mythical creatures there are that date back hundreds, thousands of years.
They could have done mythical for everything.
They could have done it for every single one.
Unicorns
the Chinese zodiac decides to pick one mythical creature.
The historians saying they saw them. Okay, I'm a big alien guy.
Okay.
Huge, which we'll get into in a future episode. But there are literally drawings, well-documented human drawings of spaceships coming down and aliens doing stuff. And then people are like, no way. And I'm like, yes way. Literally, they drew it. They saw
remember, 2020 was such a crazy year. The U.S. government was like, yeah, there's like unidentified flying objects off the coast of California we picked up in like 2012 or whatever. It's like, we don't know what they are, probably from another planet. But it was such a crazy year. It barely made the news.
It's insane, dude. And I swear it's like the more and more stuff's becoming declassified, but people are now like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay. We just announced that we've been visited by aliens for fucking centuries, that millennia. So I'm really interested in the historians more than the fossil stuff, the historians, because that's way past when they would have died and their fossils would have been pulverized into dust. Like people were like, there, I saw one.
Maybe on another segment of Danny Tin Man, we will get into why society has tried to make us believe that dragons never existed. But I think, Sean, to your point about the fantasy comment, that perhaps we, similar to the witch trials, wiped dragons off the face of the earth because we believed they were up to something or hiding treasure or something, and now we're so embarrassed by it that we've erased them from history.
I think it was Big Dinosaur.
Yeah,
Big Dinosaurs
this is definitely possibly
the existence of dragons.
Dude, T-Rexes, they're like this. No. We were the big dog. It was me.
Yeah. This could be
this was
big
T-Rex.
dinosaur, big archaeology. The big paleontologist. This could be a huge conspiracy.
Do you think too that there's a chance that the dinosaurs that did exist, more like spewed like acid, molten lava than
like breathing? I didn't even think about the fire thing.
Like, 'cause I really don't think there was like a pilot light in an animal.
Yeah, probably.
That he was like, but I do think it was like because there are dinosaurs that spit acid already.
Well, there were.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, sorry. But
we got that thing in Jurassic Park that spits the ink.
Yeah,
and like
the tar.
Squids spit ink.
Yeah, so I think there's a chance that that dragons maybe didn't like literally torch flamethrower.
Yeah.
But more like spit something out that burned right through.
So what do we think? Is this like an old? Because I googled the largest flying creature, and it's some kind of dinosaur that I can't pronounce. But it's, you know what's interesting? It's 36 feet long, 10 paces, a wingspan of 11 meters. So
yeah, like is that like a dragon?
Is this an old dinosaur that's just like didn't die off as early as we thought it did?
It's possible. Why do we think there were no dragons when that thing is a dragon?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Again, that's this episode of Danny Tin Man, but I think dragons are real.
I'm in, dude. I already told you the start of this. I forget that they aren't. So now I'm like, okay.
It's just reinforced your belief.
Yeah.
I choose to believe.
I'm good.
There we go.
Okay, let's wrap up this episode with a game of What's the Connection?
Your favorite game.
My favorite game, for any new listeners or people who forget What's the Connection, is where I will ask CP 10 questions, all of which have hockey connections, and their answers all will be connected by the 10th question. The 10th question is, what's the connection? Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
Question number 1. Well, there are 3 NHL teams in this tri-state area. The oldest of the 3 has their arena in this major part of the city.
Okay, 3 teams, tri-state area. I think that's the Devils, Islanders, Rangers. The oldest team is the Rangers, and it's where the stadium is?
Yeah. Their arena is in this major part of the city. It's pretty general. Doesn't need to be super specific.
I'm going to write Manhattan, but I'm not positive yet, but I think it's the Rangers, and it's where their rink is. It's where MSG is.
Fantastic. Question number 2.
Yep.
What goes in a player's hockey bag is an art and always tailored to each person. While perhaps not a certainty to be in everyone's bag, this tool is crucial for at least one player on the team to have in case a mask comes loose on a helmet.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go screwdriver, and that is actually incredibly correct. Not my answer necessarily, but that and scissors, like someone needs them. Okay, continue.
Number 3. Drafted 97th overall in 2004, Johan Franzen won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2008. During his career, he earned a nickname for his work ethic, being named after this hybrid of a donkey and a female horse.
Phillies is a female horse. Donkey is a mule. Okay, I'm going to write all that down. Donkey, Phillies. Okay, continue.
Number 4. Several years ago, the NHL changed one of their penalty rules, stating that a player who gets a double minor will get a double minor on a high sticking infraction if the opposing player's face gets this.
Okay, I'm going to write cut or blood, but that's what happens. If you get a high stick and you get kicked and there's bleeding, then 4 minutes.
I will say it's a finish the sentence. So like a double minor on a high sticking infraction if the opposing player's face gets blank.
Yep. Okay, great.
Number 5. Joining the NHL in the 2017-18 season, the Golden Knights became the home of one of the most fun road trips in the league, with many casinos holding popular nightclubs frequented by players, including the Marquee, which is in this hotel.
That's what the club's called, the Marquee?
Yes.
Fuck, I should know that, dude. I'm going to write the Win.
I'll give you a hint. This is in your favorite casino.
God, I see that's the problem. Depends on the night. Depends on the table game. Okay. I'm writing.
I'll say it's in your favorite hotel casino.
Okay.
I can also.
No. I'll come back because I think maybe I'll be able to get it.
Number 6. Stats are a big part of the game, but some aren't always the best. One of those stats is penalty minutes, which is often referred to as this shorthand.
I'm going to write PIMS.
Very good. Number 7. Red Wings fans have been putting their trust in the Yzer plan. Over the last few years, they felt they were missing a key piece. That was until they made a trade this summer for this player.
The Red Wings traded for this player this summer. And it's the player, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to write John Gibson.
Number 8. The Stanley Cup playoffs are commonly known as the most grueling postseason in all professional sports, with numerous players announcing brutal injuries. To get through the series, players often have to take many of these.
Okay.
It's a general term.
Yep. To get through the series, they have to take many of these. Okay, I can't tell if it's like injections / pills / painkillers or if it's like days off.
We'll say
don't give it away.
Yep. Okay. Number 9. In the 1967 expansion, Los Angeles got themselves a hockey team and named them the Kings because their team owner wanted them to have an air of royalty. If the owner wanted the team to have a flair of ancient Rome instead of king, it would have been this.
Okay. Okay, so I think that is Caesar, I think.
Okay. Would you like to run down your answers?
Yes. Number 1 is Manhattan. And I think that's correct, but there's a chance that MSG it's more like Times Square or whatever. But I think it's Manhattan. I think number 2 is Screwdriver. Number 3, I don't know for sure. That was it's a combo of a donkey and a female horse. Phillies. And
I'll give you a hint on that one. This is an animal. It's not like a fake name or a mythical creature.
Okay.
It is an animal.
Okay. Number 4 is the one that's like cut or bloodied. Because it's like their face is cut. Then it's Vegas Hotel, Win, maybe. Pims, I'm quite sure of. John Gibson, I'm quite sure of. The next one, I don't know. It's like Rest Days or something. And then I think the Caesar is, I'm quite sure of. How many do I have right? I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 certainly right.
Okay, yep.
All the ones you said you were sure of are absolutely correct.
Okay, great.
And you have literally said the answer to every other one except one.
Okay, great. Oh yeah, the animal one. So I haven't said.
No, you have said the answer to that one.
Oh. Interesting.
You said it immediately, and then you abandoned it.
Phillies or mule? Actually, but the mule would be a good nickname, so I'm gonna rock with that just for a second. Okay, so Manhattan, Screwdriver, Mule. Hymns. Oh. I got it.
Okay, now try to have it.
I have it.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Good job.
That's really good.
Now try to figure out the other ones.
Okay.
Based on you getting it.
Okay. So the first one, I believe that the answer to number 10, what is the connection? Actually, I'll wait for the listeners in case they're still playing. So I believe it's Manhattan, Screwdriver, Mule. Bloody will be my official answer to the next one. Cosmo will be my official answer to the casino because you should see me, Sean, at the blackjack table at Cosmo. And AJ, if AJ is listening.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God. Pims, Gibson, John Gibson. I'm going to go Painkiller for that one. And Caesar. Oh, wait, was that all of them?
Yep.
Okay. So then number 10, what is the connection? Is these are the names of cocktails.
Correct, sir. 10 for 10.
That is awesome, dude.
All cocktail.
All cocktails. Very good, Dan.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. The one I'm curious about, do you know what Pims is?
No.
Okay, so good job not tripping. Pims is a very popular British drink. It's a punch.
Oh, cool.
But like Pims is
Pims punch. I have heard that.
Pims is a huge thing. Yeah, I'm sure you've had it.
Yep.
But I needed to get Pims in there, and I was like, please don't let that trip you up. And you didn't for 1 second.
The mule of it got me because I was like, I call it a mule all the time, and I heard the word mule, and then I was like looking up at the ones above, and I was like, Screwdriver, Manhattan, and I was like, oh.
The mule.
Great job.
Great job, you. Great job, Sean. You got that one.
Yeah, Sean's on it.
I got that one too.
When did you get it?
You were naming off all the things, and I was hearing cocktail names.
Yeah, you got it right away.
It's funny. If you're just hearing the names, you're like, those are all cocktails.
Yeah.
You know? Great job, both of you. Great job, listeners. Phenomenal episode here. Beautiful stuff. If you haven't checked out the Porter Martone interview from earlier this week, make sure to do that. We've got some great interviews coming next week and great hockey as usual. CP, show him the hat one more time. Unreal new hat on the site. If you got a big noggin, we've got XLs in that as well. He's rocking the shirt too. Go grab some merch, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on all the socials, keep the love going, spread the show around, have an amazing weekend, and until we see you next week, skate hard.